In the corner of Ndola, Zambia, where I come from, is a community full of life, but also full of challenges. Many young people don't complete their education, not because they don't want to, but because life throws them plot twists like financial hardships, early marriages, and of course our dear old friend, drought. But I couldn't just sit down and watch. I saw it as a struggle and I wanted to change it. Because one thing that's constant in life is change. Allow me to steer you in. What makes this project stand out isn't the innovation, it is who is doing the innovating. One thing is, we didn't wait for experts in suits to drop by. We turned classrooms, churches, and empty foods into labs for local geniuses. One thing is, we didn't bring in expensive kits or apps, just buckets, pipes, and passion. Our very first test, teaching kids how to collect rainwater, no data required, just a roof and some good timing. But the main challenge was for households with grass roofs. This made an alternative to surface runoff harvesting. As we listened to the people who literally became the R&D department of our project, we improved together by adding solar power pumps, built drip irrigation, and working hands-on workshops. Each iteration came from real stories and real struggles. Ladies and gentlemen, these updates didn't come from a boardroom. They came from the ground, making them low cost-effective tools, locally driven ideas, and leadership to those who are never expected to lead. Because if you give a mic to those people who've been in the background, you don't just get solution, you get transformation. A community in Ndola is where climate change hit the hardest and drought dried up our dam. But we responded differently. We installed 4 solar-powered drip irrigation systems for families that were really affected by drought and built rainwater and runoff harvesting systems, producing over 300 liters of water weekly, enough for 60 onion beds. As sustainability focuses on training local women and youth who will maintain and replicate their system that will protect our water resources through small farm cooperatives, ensuring they keep feeding their family even when the funding ends to ensure limitless benefits. This project is built to last, not because we ordered something fancy off the internet, but because we use what real communities already have, which is sunlight, rainfall, recycled material, and the kind of untapped potential that you usually find hiding behind shy smiles. We're not relying on high-tech tools that beep experts just to find the community. We train local youth and women who never finish schools to become the climate champions themselves. Think of it as a turning. One of the beneficiaries didn't go far in school into a local water engineer now. They learned how to build rainfall. The impact of our pilot. Let's just say we went from waiting for food aid to growing tomatoes like they owe us money. Families who once relied on unpredictable help, aka the food version of maybe they'll text back, are now proudly feeding themselves using the harvested rainwater and solar-powered irrigation systems that even your cousin who thinks Wi-Fi is a spice could manage. Young people who were dropped out of school didn't just sit around, they stepped up. Turns out all they needed was a little push, a workshop or two, and maybe a snack to turn into water management pros. This project backs our national humanitarian goals by reducing long-term aid dependency, build climate resilience, and restore dignity through skills that work even when the Wi-Fi doesn't. The point is, we all need to go green in this environment. Even in a place where early marriages and school dropouts are more common than public transport. Because this bringing learning into the fields and outside the classroom. Literally! While we did wrestle with community skepticism, let's just say our first solar panel was watched like a soap opera. We proved that when solutions are designed with the people, For the people, they don't just last, they thrive. Who are small, but there's power in numbers. For we also helped 13 women set up water conserving backyard gardens in order to conserve it. So far, we improved the lives of 94 community members and inspired over 160 community members. But our aim is to scale this up to 300 more. This is what one youth had to say about the system.
The drip irrigation is an important initiative because we are not misusing water just to grow food. It is simple to use and I can install it.